In 2010, a researcher at the University of Queensland measured what happens to your body when you sit for 1 hour. The results were so alarming that he ran the study 3 more times to make sure. What he found was this: sitting is not rest. It is a slow, active process of physical deterioration, and it begins within the first 90 seconds. The moment you sit down, the electrical activity in your leg muscles shuts off completely, like flipping a switch. Your calorie burn drops to 1 per minute. After 20 minutes, enzymes that break down fat in your bloodstream drop by 90%. Not slow down, drop by 90%. After 2 hours, your good cholesterol levels fall by 20%. After 3 hours, the arteries in your legs start to lose their ability to expand. Blood flow slows, pressure builds, and your insulin response begins to change. This is not the effect of sitting for years. This is the effect of sitting for one afternoon. Now, you probably already know sitting is bad for you. But here's what you probably don't know. Going to the gym after work does not undo what sitting did to you all day. Researchers call this active couch potato syndrome. You can exercise for an hour and still suffer the metabolic consequences of sitting for 8. A 2012 study in the journal Diabetologia tracked 794,000 people. The most sedentary had a 112% higher risk of type 2 diabetes, 147% higher risk of cardiovascular disease, and 49% higher risk of death from any cause. From any cause. Not just heart disease, everything. Now here's why your body reacts this badly. Your body was not designed to sit. For 99% of human evolutionary history, we moved constantly. Hunting, gathering, building, walking. Anthropologist David Raichlen studied the Hadza, one of the last hunter-gatherer tribes on Earth. They walk between 9 and 14 kilometers every single day. Every day. Without exception, rain or dry season. The average American walks less than 5,000 steps a day. The Hadza walk 25,000. Your body expects 25,000 steps. You're giving it 5,000. And it's responding the only way it knows how. By shutting down the systems it thinks you no longer need. Use it or lose it. That's not a metaphor. That's how your body allocates resources. Now, let's talk about your spine. When you sit with the typical office posture, hunched forward, head down, your spine curves in ways it was never meant to. The pressure on your lumbar discs when sitting is 40% higher than when standing. When you're hunched over a screen, 90% higher. Your discs are being compressed for hours every day, and they can't recover properly, because recovery requires movement. Lower back pain is now the leading cause of disability worldwide. Not war, not disease, sitting. Now let's talk about your brain, because this is the part nobody talks about. In 2018, researchers at UCLA scanned the brains of 35 adults. They found that the more hours a day a person sat, the thinner their medial temporal lobe. The medial temporal lobe is critical for memory formation. Sitting is thinning the part of your brain responsible for memory. And the effect was independent of how much people exercised. Exercise didn't protect the brain from the effects of prolonged sitting. Only breaking up the sitting did. Here's why movement and brain function are so deeply linked. When you walk, your brain releases BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Scientists call it miracle grow for the brain. It grows new neurons, strengthens connections, protects existing cells. Every step you take is literally growing your brain. Every hour you sit is slowly shrinking it. Now here's where it gets personal. The average office worker sits for 10 to 12 hours a day. That includes commuting, eating, watching TV after work. Your body was designed for 15 to 20 kilometers of movement per day. Most of us manage 3 to 4. You are running your body at 20% of its intended capacity, and it's showing. The afternoon energy crash you feel every day around 2 or 3 p.m., that's not weakness. That's your metabolic system signaling a crisis. The brain fog that makes 4 p.m. feel like you're thinking through wet cement, that's reduced blood flow to your prefrontal cortex from hours of sitting. The back pain that's become so normal you've stopped noticing it, your spine is telling you something, and you've learned to ignore it. Here's what the research actually says works. Not an hour at the gym, not a standing desk. Movement snacks, short bursts of movement every 20 to 30 minutes throughout the day. A 2015 study at the University of Utah found that even 2 minutes of walking every hour reduced mortality risk by 33%. 2 minutes, every hour. 33% lower risk of dying. Not a gym membership, not a personal trainer. 2 minutes of walking. A 2016 study found that standing up and moving for just 5 minutes every 30 minutes kept blood sugar stable all day. Stable blood sugar means stable energy. No 2 p.m. crash. Stable blood sugar means stable mood. No 4 p.m. brain fog. Here's the protocol that the research supports. Set a timer for 30 minutes. When it goes off, stand up, walk to the window, walk to the kitchen, walk anywhere. Do 10 squats, do 10 shoulder rolls, do anything that moves your body for 2 to 5 minutes, then sit back down. This one habit, breaking up your sitting every 30 minutes, does more for your long-term health than running 3 times a week, according to the research. Now here's the part that nobody tells you. Your body doesn't care about your exercise philosophy. It cares about one thing: how long you stay still. Your evolutionary contract was movement. Constant, low-level, daily movement. Not intense, not painful, just continuous. Walking, carrying, squatting, reaching. That's what 300,000 years of evolution optimized your body for. Not 8 hours at a desk. Not an hour at a gym to compensate. Continuous movement woven into the fabric of every day. The office chair is one of the most dangerous inventions of the 20th century. Not because sitting is evil, but because it's so comfortable that we forgot to move. Your ancestors never had that problem. They didn't need to remember to move. Their environment demanded it. Yours doesn't, so you have to build it in deliberately. 2 minutes, every 30 minutes, that's it. Your body is not broken. It's running ancient software in a world it wasn't built for. And like any software running in the wrong environment, it needs workarounds. The workaround is movement. Not more, not harder, just more often. Stand up right now. Walk to another room. Come back. You just gave your brain BDNF. You just restarted your metabolism. You just reduced your mortality risk. In 90 seconds. Your body has been waiting for this. For the last 3 hours.